having some fun there. Today I got a really quick little lesson for you, and it's very basic, very simple, and very, very important. Okay? It has to do with these fun little guys right here. Okay? These are electronic guitar tuners. Alright, now, if you're trying to learn guitar and you're playing an out-of-tune guitar, it sucks. You're not going to be motivated to play. It's going to sound like crap. And basically, nobody else is going to want to listen to you play either. So, very simple solution. Go get yourself one of these digital tuners. They're usually kind of $10-20 tops. And they work awesome. They work great. This particular one is a Korg CA10. I've had it for like about 10 years. I'm not sure that they make this particular model anymore. It works great. Korg makes a lot of great ones. QuickTune makes good ones. There's there's a whole bunch of different brands out there. Most, by and large, they're all pretty comparable, especially in the the low end ones like $10-20, whatever. Go pick yourself up one of these digital tuners if you don't have one already, and use it. Most importantly, right? So I'm going to show you very briefly. Every tuner is slightly different, but basically you're going to have a power button on there. And I'm not going to show you too closely this particular tuner because chances are yours is going to be different, right? But you're going to have a power button on there, and you're going to maybe have like a calibration button on there. Some of the tuners will actually allow you to set the calibration. And what that means is, in mathematical terms, your fifth string, which is the A string, actually is at 220 hertz. If you're familiar with the math and the physics behind frequencies and vibrations and all that stuff, it's actually vibrating at 220 times per second. And so that's kind of the foundation of how these things work. And so you can actually change what this is tuned to. So if it's set to 220, for instance, then that's standard tuning, right? Now, if you really want to throw people off, you could tune it to like 215 or something like that. And what you're doing is actually lowering the pitch slightly. But I don't really want to get into that because that's kind of like weird and twisted guitar playing. So anyways, very simply, what we're going to do is turn on the power. So on your particular tuner, find the power button, right? And then all you got to do is hold the tuner and pluck a string. Okay? Now, as you'll watch on the tuner, and actually I will zoom this in just briefly here to show you what the display looks like. Alright, there we are, super nice and close. I'm going to pluck my E string. And you can see that there's that digital meter that kind of indicates the tune that it's at, right? And on top of my tuner, I've got some the two red lights and the green light in the center. Now, if you're, most of the tuners function on basically the same idea, right? So what you want to do is be getting the green light in the center to be lighting up. Now, if it's too much to the left, that means you're flat. And if it's too much to the right, that means you're sharp. So all you got to do, just zoomed out there again, if it's too much to the left, that means you're flat. Like that, for instance. You can hear that's flat, right? That means we need to bring the pitch up to be in tune. Now, if it's too much, if your bar is reading too much to the right, that's my right, so I don't know if yours is different when you're looking at the video, that is. If it's showing too much to the right on here, this side, that means it's sharp, and you actually have to lower the pitch of the note to match what you want. Now, of course, most tuners will tell you what note it is that you're tuning to. Okay, so for instance, this should be an E. And for that, you're going to need to know your string names, right? And I hope you already know your string names, and if you don't, I've actually done a little lesson on that. But very briefly, 6 strings, counting from the one closest to the floor is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and counting the other direction, the string names are E closest to you, E, A, D, G, B, E. Okay, so you need to be tuning to those notes. Basically, you just go through, get each string nicely on tune, and then go through and then just kind of strum a chord, see if it sounds right to your ear, right? Sometimes if you didn't see it and it tuned to the wrong note or something like that, then your ear will catch it pretty quick. So there's some tips on using a digital tuner. One last thing, actually, I should mention. This tuner has a line in on the side, basically a jack where I can plug my guitar straight in. Right now, this guitar has a pickup in it, so I could take a cord from the back here and run it straight into here, and that's really useful when you're tuning in any area where it's noisy. You'll find it really frustrating trying to tune in a noisy area just holding your tuner nearby, right? It's not going to work well. You're not going to get a good tuning, and it's going to take you a long time. So plug in wherever you have the chance. Of course, if you have an electric guitar, that's pretty much the only way to do it. So plug it in, and also if you're buying yourself a tuner, make sure you get one with a plug-in. They don't make very many without, but it's just not worth getting one without because it's such a useful feature. So that's pretty much it. Tune up plugged in when you get the chance, and tune up often. Tune up anytime you move your guitar. Say if you go to you go from your house to a different place, right? Make sure, and you're going to play, make sure you tune your guitar again, because the change in temperature and humidity affects your guitar. It actually, because your guitar is wooden, your guitar will actually shift and change and move, and that affects the tuning. So you got to tune often, and if you're actually playing a show, then make sure you tune up a few times before, because sometimes when you get to the place where you're going to play, your guitar will change tune, and then as you play with it a bit and warm up and stuff like that, it can change tune again. So you make sure you choose tune right before you actually perform anything. So hopefully those were useful little tips for you, and we'll see you again next time. This is Jonathan from PlayGuitar.com. See you later.